seat. Thank you. As we begin, I want to reiterate my condolences on the loss of a BC RCMP officer in Coquitlam last week. It was a terrible loss for the family, for the community, for the members across the country, and I will do anything we can do. Obviously, we're there to support. But it is great to sit down with a true progressive ally as we roll up our sleeves. I know a lot of it we're going to talk about today is on housing. There's lots of great things that you're doing that dovetail very well with some of the things we're trying to push across the country. So we're going to make sure we're being as ambitious as we possibly can to try and solve for this very real challenge that is of course big in BC, but is resonating across the country. Lots to talk about as well in terms of energy and creating good jobs and good careers for people in emerging industries as we look to the future, as we tackle climate change in extremely strong ways, but making sure that we're supporting people throughout, and then continue to talk about various things that are on the agendas and on people's minds these days. But it's always such a pleasure to sit down with you, David. C'est toujours un plaisir de m'asseoir avec le Premier ministre Eby. Je veux évidemment partager mes condoléances et mes sympathies sur la mort d'un membre de la GRC à Coquitlam la semaine passée, une situation extrêmement difficile pour la famille, pour la communauté, pour tous les membres de la GRC. Je veux aussi souligner à quel point c'est agréable de pouvoir parler logement, énergie, croissance durable, lutte contre les changements climatiques avec un partenaire positif et progressiste. C'est toujours un grand plaisir de te voir.
Well, thank you so much, Prime Minister. It's very good to be here, and I know for British Columbians, what they want to see is our province working closely with your government and with local governments on the big challenges we face. Housing is one of the most significant issues of our time for British Columbians just trying to find a place to live. And the ability of our governments to work together to address that is going to be absolutely critical. We had a great meeting with Minister Fraser talking about those issues. And there's so much we can do together. BC is, I am very proud to say, I think we're leading the way nationally on some of these innovative projects with First Nations, with local governments, and using public land in innovative ways. I can't wait to get into detail with you about that. And also the opportunities around the clean economy, as you say, the real jobs, the exciting jobs. We had the head of Fortescue, one of the largest mining companies in Australia, fly into Prince George, talking about a $2 billion hydrogen facility in that city that really needs that shot in the arm and that shows the future for Canada and for our province around clean energy. So really excited about what we're going to talk about and how we can work together to advance the interests of British Columbians. And let me say thank you for your condolences about the loss of an injury of RCMP officers in our province. Today is the memorial of fallen officers and Constable Shaylin Yang as well, who was murdered in Burnaby. It's been an unbelievably terrible year for losing law enforcement officers, and just so grateful to them for putting themselves on the line in our thoughts with their families and at this incredibly difficult time on a challenging day. So thank you for that.
Thank you, David. Merci beaucoup tout le monde.